What's up, YouTube? This is Josh coming at you with my February 2022 pickups. Stay tuned because I got a lot of stuff here and I'm actually surprised how much stuff I have here. So welcome back. So like I said, I'm kind of surprised at the amount of stuff that I actually picked up in February. I know I'm a big pickups video guy, right? Most of the time when you guys are watching my videos, they are kind of lengthy, and usually I do pick up a lot of stuff. But the reason I say that I'm surprised by the amount of stuff that I have here is because this all came to me within 1 week, maybe a week and a half of the entire month of February. The first whole week of the month of February, I did no hunting at all, wasn't feeling very well, so skipped that altogether. The second week, it was like I hit and hit and hit and hit. And then the last 2 weeks of the month were kind of dead for picking anything up. So before we get to all the beautiful stuff that we have right here, hopefully I won't take up too much of your time. We will check out this brew because you guys are going to like this one. I guarantee you will. This right here is the Aqua Hop Imperial Red IPA from 1623 Brewing Company. Now, I've had 1623 on here a number of times. They aren't that far from me, but I have yet to make my way down there. I do need to make my way. They're like 30 minutes away from me at some point, but they do make some killer brews. This one right here will kick you in the tail. This is a 9.9% alcohol by volume red IPA, which is a little bit different, but it's a strong one. It's a real strong one. I've had it before, so just the first time I've had it on the channel, though. It's really tasty. If you enjoy IPAs, you'll like this, but if you are not a big IPA person, you may like this too because it's not super bitter. It has a completely different kind of flavor to it. I don't want to call it fruity, like a fruity type of flavor, but it's definitely got a sweetness to it. I don't know if it's from the type of malt that they use or what, but definitely if you're in the Eldersburg, Maryland area, that's where 1623 Brewing Company is at. Check it out. If you're in the Maryland area, you probably can find it in a local store. I know they sell them around different stores, so check them out. Really good one. So, pawn shops, thrift shops, retail, pretty much what I hit this month. Not a lot from the pawn shops. We'll start there. I'm actually only picked up a couple games. I think I only made one stop to the pawn shop this month, to be honest with you. I've left my number with the guy. If he gets anything in, I'm hoping that he kind of been building a good relationship with the pawn shop that's the closest to me. So I'm kind of hoping that, you know, when he gets stuff in, I've said, hey man, here's my number. You get any old school stuff in, just give me first crack at it. Just call me. I'll come right up and check it out. But I made one stop up. He didn't have anything like any older cartridge-based stuff or anything cool like that. He had a couple of games that he had just gotten in, so I gave him 10 bucks for these three. I got the Amazing Spider-Man on the Nintendo DS. I know none of these are ringers, but they were games that I didn't have, so that was kind of cool to pick up. Looks like a pretty cool one for the DS. I got Escape Dead Island. Now, never played this one. I played the other two Dead Island games, loved them to death. I think this one's a little bit different, to be honest with you. Just from looking at the back of it, it doesn't look quite the same, but be cool to check out. Didn't have it in the PS3 collection. And I also got Lost Planet 3 from him as well. All of these are nice complete copies, and like I said, 10 bucks for 3 games. It's like, what, $3? $3 a piece or something like that. That's all I got from the pawn shop this month. Like I said, very light. The next thing I'll do is I'm gonna go with the classified trader thing that they have at my employer. I've told you guys before in some of my other pickups. It's a large employer, so they have a classifieds thing. People post whatever they want to sell or whatever they're looking for, and you know, go from there. So I did pick up picked up 5 games. It was $25. They were 5 a piece. I thought it was well worth it. I picked up, it was 1 DS game and 4 PS3 games from a lady at work, and the DS game I got was the Sonic Classic Collection. She had a bunch of DS games and a bunch of PS3 games, but I already had the PS3 games, and most of the DS games were games that I really weren't interested in picking up. This one is complete. It does have the manual back in here, so pretty cool to clean little copy of that one to pick up for the DS. I picked up Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. I actually just traded this one away on 360 to another tuber in a trade that I did. I actually have that Diablo game, but I didn't have the Reaper of Souls. You know, I guess that's the Ultimate Evil Edition. So I also had this one already for 360, but I wanted it for PS3 because I have the other 2 games for PS3. Just completed this one at the beginning of the year, so awesome game. But definitely excited to add Dead Space to the collection. Another one that I have on the Wii U, but I did not have on the PS3. I don't normally do that, but I love my PS3. I couldn't help myself, so I had to pick up Lego Avengers. And the final one that I picked up from that lady in that package was Hunted, the Demon's Forge. This one looks pretty cool. Like I said, these are all clean, complete copies. She had a bunch of games, but I had them already. So this one looks pretty tight, so definitely excited to check that one out. And it is a Bethesda game, so that might be kind of cool. On another trader deal that I had, I picked up some N64 games from a guy. I think I paid him 80 bucks for these 4 loose cartridge games, and then I had one complete in box N64 game. I actually traded that complete in box game to another guy for a complete in box copy of Streets of Rage, which you guys have already seen, Streets of Rage 2, in a different video. But the 4 loose games that I got from him, and I didn't think it was a bad deal, they're all pretty clean, was I got a copy of Blast Corps, I got a Great Kart copy of Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, I got a Mortal Kombat trilogy. That's probably the one that's in a little bit of the worst shape. The back label's kind of a little bit messed up, but all in all, not too bad. And then I got a copy of Mortal Kombat 4 from him as well. And then I'll throw, if I have a picture up here, I'll throw a picture of the other game that I got from him as well, just so you guys can see it. But it was pretty nice, really beautiful copy of Nightmare Creatures complete in box. That was it for the trader deals. So we will move on to thrifting, because that's the biggest stack of stuff that I have here. So, from the thrift shop, I had to pick this little bad boy up. It was $2. I looked all over the place for the remote. Couldn't find it, but I thought either which way, even though he doesn't have the remote, he's not usable, he'd be a neat looking little shelf piece, so had to pick him up, couldn't leave him behind. I picked up a couple DVDs as well from the thrift shop. Picked up a nice copy of Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead. Gotta love the Evil Dead. Really cool. Actually, let me show you guys the disc. Looks awesome too. I picked up this one because it was sealed and I've never seen the movie before, so I figured I'd throw a flyer out for it. Rumblefish. No idea what it is about, but looks kind of interesting. And a complete sealed copy of the first season of Lost, because I've never seen Lost either. So I'll be on the lookout for the other seasons to see what that's all about. One comic book from the thrift shop that I saw, I had to pick it up just because it was video game related. I got Sonic the Hedgehog, Tangle and Whisper, issue number 0. Alright, so moving on to the games from the thrift shop. 2 games for the PS2 that I got right here. The first one is a crappy loose disc, right? But it isn't a crappy game, that's the only reason I picked it up. It is the Simpsons Hit and Run. It's a greatest hits version. This game goes for a couple bucks, even loose disc, so I figured I'd pick it up. I'd flip it, or if somebody needs it, if they have a case and they don't have the game, they're interested in it, let me know. We'll work something out. But the other game I got for the PS2 is Freedom Fighters. Now, I picked this one up because I heard Jordy Slasher Gaming, he was talking about it in one of his pickups videos, and he said it was an excellent game, so I'll definitely look forward to getting some time to check this one out, but it looks like a pretty cool game. It's Americans cry out for a hero to free a war-torn Manhattan from invading forces. He highly recommended it. He said it was a great game, so I definitely snatched it up as quick as I could. It was a nice, clean, complete copy of that as well. Alright, so we'll go on to no particular order. These are all the Xbox 360 games that I picked up for the month. I picked up I picked up a lot of these because these and the original Xbox games that I have here that I picked up, I got like 4 of the 360s and like 6 of the Xbox games. And the reason I picked them up is because they were $1 a piece. Like, you can't beat $1 a piece. It doesn't matter. Like, and I actually don't even need some of these games. I just figured for $1 a piece, I wasn't gonna leave them behind. I could find maybe one of you guys out there wants some, or maybe somebody else wants them, or something of that nature. But I actually already have a few of them, so I got a nice copy here of Project Gotham Racing 3. Nice complete copy of that. I got a copy of Need for Speed The Run, which I already have as well. I think it might be missing the manual, but it's got all these other inserts inside of there. This one is actually sealed, still factory sealed. It's got the Lego Batman and Pure combo disc, so that was the only reason I picked that one up. I think I have that one as well. This one I did not have, but I wanted it, so I picked it up. I thought it was neat. I heard somebody else talking about the Tropico series, so it was definitely something that piqued my interest. I think it's kind of like a SimCity style of game, except for you're a dictator and you're kind of building your country up or something of that nature. Sounded kind of cool. I got a loose disc copy of Quantum Theory. I don't normally pick up loose disc copies, but the only reason I picked this one up is because it was actually a game that I wanted to play. I've seen this in, I think, a Game Informer magazine, and it was one that I wanted to play, which is, it's funny because then when you get to some other pickups, you see what I'm going with it. But I actually picked up a complete copy of it for the PS3. You'll see that in a minute, but a couple days later, go figure, right? But so if anybody's looking for a copy of Quantum Theory, just a disc copy to play or something like that, let me know. Moving on to the OG Xbox. These were, like I said, $1 a piece. I couldn't pass them up. I went into a store that a thrift store that I normally do not find games in too often. I stop in there for occasionally. This is only the second time, I think, in all the trips that I've been there that I've actually found video games in there. But there was like about, like I said, it was like 10 games or something. They were $1 a piece. I mean, 10 bucks. You can't beat that. But almost all of them I had already. So one that I had, Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. Nice complete copy for the OG. Cool game. I think I've got 3 copies of this one now. But Metal Gear Solid 2, Substance. Nice complete copy of that one as well. The Sega GT Jet Set Radio Future. Awesome game. Combo disc package here. This is one that I did not have, the Air Force Delta Storm. So I'll add that one to my OG collection. Another one that I didn't have, the original Burnout for Xbox. Like I said, complete. Can't go wrong with a buck. Love adding games to the original Xbox. I love adding games to all of my systems, but there's probably 4 systems that when I find games for them, I just get so excited, you know. And the original Xbox is one, PlayStation 3 is another one, Nintendo 64. Can't help myself. Another one that I did not have, and I've actually never played, the original. This one is part 2, Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. I've actually never played this one, and I actually love the crap out of the original one. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time, so definitely looking forward to checking this one out. I need to get that Xbox Series X that I picked up a couple of months ago hooked up finally and get it going. Just been busy as shit. This one I was really excited when I saw it in the thrift shop because it's one that I just never saw before, and it looked really neat. Sega Soccer Slam, and was really excited. I was like, hell yeah, it's one that I don't have, and it's one that I just don't see very often. It looked cool. And then, womp womp womp, right? No disc. Come on, people. Stop stealing the shit out of the boxes. The thrift store's only charging you $1 or $2 for these son of bitches anyway. This is another one that I'll throw it in here at the same time. Somebody stole the game out of as well. So, at least the thrift shops are usually cool enough to just give you the cases for free. So, maybe I'll complete this one, or maybe I'll send it along to somebody else. This one as well, too. That may have the cart or the disc that wants it. I would like to find that one though. It looks like a pretty cool game, man. Looks like kind of like a soccer / wrestling game or something like that. Beat the tar out of your opponents. I mean, that looks cool as shit. Okay, moving away from those and into the GameCube that I found at the thrift shop. I found like 7 games at the thrift shop this year, and if you guys have saw my video a couple of weeks back, a month back or whatever, for my GameCube collection, you'll have seen some of these already, but I did just find some of these this month. I found Madden 08, a nice complete copy. The manual is in there. Of this one. I actually normally don't pick up a lot of sports games if I'm not going to play them, but I know this one had a little bit of juice to it, so I thought even if I don't want to keep it, I can always flip it and recoup a little bit of the money. I had this one already on PlayStation 2, but my daughter really likes the Sims game, and I thought I would just add it to my GameCube collection, and I'll get rid of the one for the PlayStation 2. Another one that I also had already for the PlayStation 2 was Medal of Honor Frontline. This one's not complete, it's missing the manual, but thrift shop pickups, you know, when you're finding GameCube games for like in between like $3 and $6 a piece, you can't go wrong with them. Another one that I did not have that I picked up for the GameCube was Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. That one is also missing the instruction booklet. It's got that, but it doesn't have the instruction booklet, but looks like it'd be kind of neat. And my GameCube library is kind of small, like you guys have seen before. The others that I know you guys saw in my GameCube video that I picked up, these were $5.99 a piece, loose disc. A couple of these came from different thrift stores. So those were like The Sims and the Medal of Honor and the Splinter Cell games all came from like a Goodwill. So they were like $3, like 2 and change a piece or something. The Madden and these games were all $5.99 a piece they came from. But I got Worms 3D, which is cool. These were loose disc ones, but I couldn't leave them behind. You'll see why in a minute if you didn't watch the GameCube video. I got Mario Power Tennis. These were $5.99 a piece. And then the gem, this was probably the gem of the entire month of pickups, truthfully, for the price that I paid for it, was Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, $5.99. It's like a $200 loose disc game. I am going to look for the cases for these to try to complete them so they'll look a lot cooler on my shelf. But I was tickled to death when I saw them. Honestly, that was actually the first day of the second week of February when I saw those. I hadn't went out hunting for a week. Like I said, I wasn't feeling very well. And then I went into my go-to thrift store, the one that I usually find better stuff at most of the time. And that stuff was in there, and I was like, oh my god. Like, wow, I knew right away that was kind of a salty game. So I was like, gotta grab it. All right, so we'll move away from the GameCube and into some other systems now. So we'll just do them, like I said, in the way I've got them stacked up. For the PS3, we found a nice copy of Fuse. This is from Insomniac Games. I've never actually heard of this game before, but whenever I find PS3 games that are that I don't have in my collection, and I have quite a few of them now, to be honest with you. I think I'm hitting like 200 plus PS3 games for sure. Maybe like 250 to be honest with you. So we got a nice copy of Fuse here. We got Injustice: Gods Among Us, which is, like I said, another game that I actually have already for the Wii U, but didn't have it for the PS3. The first Dragon's Dogma game. Chaotic Shadow Warriors. I'm not sure what to think of this one. Clean though. Whenever I don't find PS3, it doesn't seem like I find PS3 a whole lot at the thrift store, so when I do find them, it's kind of cool to find them, because most of the time at the thrift shops you see Wii, you see PlayStation 2, 360, and maybe original Xbox as well. But cool to grab that one. Never saw this one before either. This one is Remember Me. It looks like a pretty wild looking game. This one I think is missing the manual, but pretty cool pickup. Another one, I actually just got the first part of this in a trade that I did last month, but Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD Remix. I think I got the 1.5, like I said, in a trade. So it was kind of cool to grab those because I already had them on PS2, but I've actually never played them, so it would be probably better to just play them on my PS3. Angry Birds Trilogy. You gotta love Angry Birds, or you don't. And then finally, like I said, I actually picked this one up on the 360, that loose disc, because I wanted to play it, and then literally like 3 days later, I find the PS3 version of it complete. So had to snatch it up. PS4 right here. This one is actually a double. I wasn't sure if it was a double when I picked it up, but this is the demo disc 2.0. It's got a lot of different games on it: Battlezone, Dino Frontier, Eve, Valkyrie, Moss, Res Infinite, Job Simulator. It is a double. I've got all 3 of the demo discs actually. My kids love the crap out of the VR, so that's why I pick them up whenever I see them. But if anybody's interested, if they got a PSVR and they're interested in checking out this demo disc, let me know. Moving on to the Wii. So I picked this one up a few months back actually, Chicken Blaster. The reason I picked it up this time is because it's the version that's in the case. The one that I got was like just like a cardboard sleeve or whatever with the instruction booklet. So I like the Zapper games on the Wii, so that's why I grabbed that. I also grabbed this one because it's a bowling game, and the Wii does bowling games better than any other system out there, no doubt about it. So Pen Alley 2. A couple really cool games that I got for the Wii that I did not have in the collection. I got Sonic the Black Knight, a nice copy of that. Did not have that one. Sonic Colors as well for the Wii. Did not have that one. One that I did have, another one like the Chicken Blaster, that I picked this one up because I already had it, obviously. Who doesn't have Wii Sports, right? But this one was the version that's in the actual case. And the ones that I have are just in the cardboard sleeve, so that's why I grabbed that one up. I wanted that. Found yet another copy of Mario Kart Wii. I already have them. I've actually traded some. I find these pretty frequently, it seems like. So I trade them in from time to time if GameStop's giving a good trade. I'll trade them away to other people if anybody's interested. Once again, like I said, I'm all about, like, I love the interaction with you guys in the community. So if anybody wants to do a trade or anything like that, you know, let me know. If I have something that you're interested in and you have something that I'm interested in, we'll definitely do it. If, you know, even if we interact with that and I don't have anything that you're interested in, that's cool too. But either which way, always worth checking out. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So, nice complete copy of that one as well. I already have this one as well, but I couldn't leave it behind, you know. The reason I don't leave them behind, it has nothing to do with, you know, if there was another collector coming right behind me to grab them, that's one thing, but we're battling out there, everybody. We're in a war with those resellers out there. So, if you are a collector, you gotta pick this stuff up. You can't leave it for the resellers. They're all out there just to make the money. They're not out there to land these in your collection or land these in someone else's collection. That's what I'm all about. I don't care about reselling them. It's just about having fun and picking up games for the collection and playing some really cool games. A few more of them I got here, and I do not see these too often out at the thrift shop. I got 5 Wii U games. Found these actually at the same time I found some of those killer first-party Wii games out there as well. 2 of these 5 I do not, or 2 of these 5 I do have. The other 3 I don't have. So once again, Star Fox Zero. I have this one already. I don't think the Wii U's really had, not all of them had manuals anyway. So not sure if you'd call that complete or not. Whatever. But if anybody's interested in a copy of Star Fox Zero, that's one that I do have. Another one that does have a manual in it, Super Smash Bros. Wii U. I have that one as well, so if anyone's interested in that one, let me know. These 3 I do not have. Unfortunately, this one was a loose disc, but I wanted to play it. So it's Transformers Prime for the Wii U. Definitely would have loved to have had it complete, but just wanted to play it. So for now, we got that one. Another Transformers game for the Wii U that I did not have, Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. And then the killer pickup of the Wii U lot, without a doubt. I got Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. No manual or anything in it. If it has a manual, I don't know. But either which way, I know this thing's going for like 75, 80 bucks. So to find this out at the thrift store, what a killer score. Maybe not quite as good as the Fire Emblem pickup, but definitely glad to add that one to the collection without having to pay out the nose for it. All right, so that's it for the thrift shop pickups. The last thing I got is a stack of retail stuff. These are things that I picked up either off of eBay Mercari or off of out of local game shops in my area. I believe I picked this one up at one of the local game shops in my area. I didn't have it. It was only like $5 or something. But Risen 3 Titan Lords. Always loving to add PS3 games. I picked this one up off of eBay. Because it was only, this was when I was scouting for cheap, like when I go on eBay and I'm just scouting the ending soonest things, if there's something that's like under like $6, $7, I mean, that's a good deal to me to find, like with your combined shipping and everything. And this one was a weird one that I'd heard some other people talking about that looked cool. Mushroom Men and the Spore Wars, nice complete copy. I think I paid like $6.50 or something for this, like shipped and everything. So it was cool to add that one to it. It looks like just looks like a wild, like weird game. I want to check that one out for sure. I haven't checked it out yet, but a couple of N64 games I picked up. I believe this one was from one of the local game shops. This is pretty cheap. Just one to add to the N64 collection. Nowhere near as good as 1080, but it's not bad. Snowboarding game, Twisted Edge. Picked this one up at like a local antique shop, antique mall they had in there. But nice copy of Army Men Sarge's Heroes 2. And then the rest of the stuff I have here is all NES stuff, so definitely jacked to add that stuff to the collection. We've got a copy of Raid on Bungling Bay for the NES. It's a shooter. Kind of tough, actually. One that I should have had in the collection. I had it years and years ago, but when I started recollecting for the NES, I probably should have grabbed it sooner, but was definitely glad to add back Metroid back to the collection. This one's really cool. This is a fun game. I want to spend some more time with this one. Kabuki Quantum Fighter. You know, you're running around. You're like a little warrior, and you look like a little headbanger, whacking the shit out of the people with your hair. It's a platformer, like a pretty cool. It's pretty solid. If I get a chance, I'll put some footage up here so you guys can see it as I'm meandering along. This one, Laser Invasion. I only picked this one up because I don't see this one too often, so this is different. I don't want to say it's not a common game, but it's just one that I don't see very often. This is kind of like a Top Gun type of game. It's a fighter pilot game, so pretty neat. One of the black labels that I did not have, which there's still a few that I don't, but this one is a pretty common one that I do not have. But I got Soccer. I was actually popped this one in after I cleaned it and was spending some serious time playing it. That's the funniest part about some of these. Sometimes you're like, I don't know if I'm going to play this game very much, even though I may be trying to collect to, you know, have a complete set of this system, but then you pop them in and you're like, they're just addictive. You just spend so much time with them. A light gun game that I got for the NES, from a local game shop as well. But Barker Bill's Trick Shooter, pretty cool. You know, it's got different mini games on it for different shooters to use with the Zapper. If you like the Zapper games. I'm moving my way on to a complete set of these Tengen black carts. We got Roadrunner. This one's actually pretty fun. You run along with the Roadrunner. You run along the coyotes chasing you. There's different obstacles and different things. You gotta dodge as you go along and not let him catch you and not get killed by something else either. So it's kind of fun. Check that one out if you haven't already. Another black cart Tengen game that I got. This one's sweet. This is a side-scrolling shooter, Fantasy Zone. So this one's nice. Definitely check this one out if you haven't already. I do believe it's on Master System as well. This game is. So I'm getting down to, I think I only need, as of right now, like 3 or 4 more to complete the Tengen set of black cards for the NES. This one, I got a steal on it on eBay. It was one of those ones that the picture for it was just so blurry you couldn't make anything out on it. But it was $5 plus I think it was like $4 shipping. And I was like, and when I looked it up, I'm like, it's like a $25, $30 game. And it came with the sleeve too, which is another the Nintendo branded sleeves. They're like a couple bucks if you buy them separately. But for $9, I couldn't pass on it. I took a flyer on it, even though you couldn't really get a good view of what the cart looked like. And it came and it's in beautiful, beautiful shape. So definitely glad to add that one to the collection. This one's actually a condition upgrade. My wife got this one and the next game for me for Valentine's Day, but I had a copy of it that was all jacked up, but I was glad to add a better looking copy of it, Castlevania, the original Castlevania, to my selection, and I already traded off locally to someone else the other copy of it that they wanted it. The other game that she got me was pretty cool too, man. She got me Vice Project Doom. This one is really, really a cool game. I played a little bit of it. It's proved to me after a couple of levels that how lame of a gamer I really am. But I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm gonna keep battling my way through it. Hopefully, I'll be able to get past one of the bosses that I'm stuck on. But it's very different. The first stage is like it almost gives you like a Spy Hunter kind of vibe to it, because you're running along these roads and you're shooting these cars and different stuff and you're dodging different things. And then it moves into the next stage. You're moving into like a side-scrolling platformer where you're kind of reminiscent in a way of, I guess, of like a Ninja Gaiden or something maybe, because you're killing the enemies with your sword. You have a couple different kind of weapons, and then there's boss battles and stuff like that. But pretty darn cool game, man. Honestly, it really is. I can see why everybody says this one is a hidden gem. The final game that I have that I got off of eBay, I needed this to complete my trilogy for the Castlevania trilogy, is Dracula's Curse. This one right here, man, I got such a good deal on this. This game is running anywhere between 40 and 60 bucks, depending on where you're buying it from. I did not have it. Like I said, I had the original Castlevania and Part 2, but I did not have the third one. I was just trying to find a better deal on it, and I actually did find a better deal on it. So I got this for 14 bucks plus $5 shipping. $19 total off of eBay. It was one of those snipes. I think it was because when they had it listed as Dracula's Curse. You know, Dracula's Curse, Nintendo. They didn't have it listed as Castlevania 3, so maybe it didn't draw as many people to it through the search options, but I couldn't beat it. Like, I sniped it there at the end of it for 14 bucks and ended up paying 19 total for it. And like I said, that's a killer pickup right there. That's all I got, folks. Thanks for bearing with me for the past 30 minutes if you stuck with me through the whole thing. If you scrolled through it, that's fine too. I just love throwing out there some stuff to share with you guys and just hearing you guys' comments and just hanging out with you guys, you know, virtually hanging out with you guys. So until next time, if you get a chance, check out this killer strong beer from 1623, and you guys all take care of yourself out there. Cheers.